Welcome to Mysteries, Myths, and Legends. I'm Taylor.
I'm Savannah.
Welcome to the show. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
It's November.
It's Turkey Month, but honestly, I'm so sorry, you guys. It's Halloween all year round for me. And like you too, because our podcast, you know?
I know. With this podcast, honestly, it doesn't end. So if you're already missing Halloween, then you've come to the right place.
Yeah, we have like 88 episodes you can go back and listen to.
Exactly.
Yeah, so go do that. So, okay, before we get started, I really have a huge shout out to make. And the shout out is to our freaking cute followers who are sending us cute emails and like other emails that are like telling us like story ideas. Like we need ideas. So, and like y'all probably have stories you want us to tell. So, you know, email us.
Yeah, we've been getting a few emails recently from our listeners, and I just love it because it's like you actually get to see the feedback in real time, and like it's like, great. And whenever people comment and things like that, comments, we always read comments. So
definitely, like I mean, it does feel like I'm just sitting here talking to Savannah, but like I know we have, you know, followers out there, so it's cool. Like talk to us, like we're not scary. I mean, we're probably a little scary, but like still talk to us, you know. No, we're not scary. I'm just kidding, guys. Don't think we're scary. But yeah. So with that being said, email us, but also rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, please.
Yeah, please, so we can go and read your reviews.
Yeah. Well, honestly, we want some friends, guys. Talk to us.
Yeah. Just in any way.
Yeah.
Also, you can talk to us about Harry Styles, because that's what I'm going to talk about for a second.
Yeah. I mean, truly, this should just be the Harry Styles podcast. If we're not going to lie. Harry/Edward Cullen.
Yeah. Maybe we should make a second podcast one day.
Yeah, true. We should.
Just for that stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely.
But today, like the day we're recording, the Music for a Sushi Restaurant music video by Harry Styles just came out today. And
guys, I promise you, even if you don't listen to his music, just go watch that. It's like if nothing else, it's like the most entertaining 2 minutes, and you will laugh so hard.
Yeah, it's a good video.
He's a freaking squid, guys.
Yeah.
People are calling him Squarey, like Squid Harry, and I love that. It's just so silly. I think my favorite part of the video is when the little shrimps are playing the trombone. Because I used to play trombone. And honestly, I feel like I look like a shrimp sometimes. So, I could relate.
Yeah, relatable. I don't know my favorite part, but it's a good video. I just watched it again. I made Garrett watch it with me. So.
Good. What was his opinion?
I think he liked it. He didn't really have much to say on it, but, you know.
Typical Garrett fashion. That's funny.
Yeah. What else do I have to talk about? I think I wrote some stuff down. Oh, I just got my flu shot.
Oh, yeah, I got mine yesterday. I got my flu shot and my COVID booster. I got double vaxxed.
Yeah,
my arm is feeling it.
I got one in each arm, and like both arms are a little bit sore already. Both arms are
feeling it. Yeah, I got them both in one arm, so, you know. I'm feeling a little bit like, what's his name off of The Boys?
Oh.
Homelander.
Yep. Homelander. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. So if you haven't gotten your flu shot or booster yet, then it's still a good time to do it. I know they recommend before the end of October, but like it's still a good time. Before the holidays.
For sure. For sure, protect your family, guys. And yourself. Like, I'm not trying to get the flu.
Yeah.
I need to be in commission. I got too many things to do, baby.
Yeah, definitely. I know. And I always worry whenever it's, like, holiday season and you go hang out with all your family members and you're like, am I going to get sick?
Exactly.
Being around you guys.
Exactly. Plus, like, I also, like, I'm like, I cannot get my grandma sick under any circumstance.
True,
so, like.
True.
Yeah. Definitely. Also, real quick, one last thing. Don't forget to go vote. I have still not early voted, but I think I'm going to go next week. But go vote, guys.
I was just thinking about that, too. I need to go early vote, too.
So definitely go vote. That's really important. If you're in the United States, obviously.
Yeah.
So, but Other than
I
that,
know.
I don't really have anything else.
Yeah, I mean, I still need to look up my voting place, like, for early voting, because I know it's not the same as, like,
Yeah.
regular.
Yeah, I just looked up mine the other day, but at least it's close.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well. Okay, well, yeah, I can get started with my story.
Perfection.
Okay, so today I'm going to talk about the Banshee.
The Banshee. Okay. I'm so excited.
So there's some other names for it too. That, see, I always screw myself over by not looking at pronunciations.
Yeah.
But there is like the bean sea. It's like literally just bean
Beansy?
sea.
Oh.
No, bean, and then on the second word sea.
Oh, Beansy.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's like maybe, I think that's like what it came from, sort of.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But anyways, this is like Irish folklore.
Ooh,
If you
fun.
didn't know. And honestly, I don't know if I really connected that it was Irish, because I've heard of the Banshee before, but
Yeah, no, I have definitely did not know it was Irish.
yeah, but like as I get into this story, I'm like, how did I not know it was Irish? Because it's like only Irish.
That's funny.
Like only in Ireland, really.
Oh wow. Oh well, that makes sense. I
Um,
think actually the first time I think I was told the legend of the Banshee was from my grandma.
mhm.
Um, and she definitely didn't tell me nothing about Ireland, so
Yeah.
Lord knows if I even know the right legend.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. So the word banshee has been in common usage since the 17th century. And accounts of this being go back even further than that. But I guess before that, they didn't really have a word. But it's been coming around for a long time. And it comes from the Irish ben side, meaning like otherworldly woman or woman of the mounds.
Ooh, I'm at the mountains.
Yeah. And the banshee is also known as the death messenger.
Oh, that's dark.
Yeah. It's like an omen of death, basically.
Okay, good. Good, good.
Yeah. So the Banshee is not married, and there are no accounts of her doing like real like kind things for humans.
Okay.
But like not particularly like evil things either.
Mm-hmm.
So they say. And this leads us to believe that she is not a fairy.
Oh.
Because apparently fairies are married and they like do nice things sometimes. So it's like,
Okay, yeah, no, okay. Got it. That's
yeah,
the
so,
difference.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So, yeah, as I said last week, fairies are like big, they're like big lore in Ireland. So that's why I had to differentiate that, like, not necessarily a fairy.
Yeah,
I feel like I need to cover fairies one day
definitely. Add
because
that to the list.
yeah, like I come across fairies, like Irish fairies in different stories all the time, and I never really like have dug deeper
Yeah.
into it.
Well, soon to come.
Yeah, but I've like always known that they are like, um, they're just like superstitious about their fae,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Definitely.
Okay, so the banshee is an omen of death, as I said before. Um, she will basically come and warn the family of death by screaming, wailing, shrieking, or keening.
Oh, good, good.
Yeah. And do you know what keening is?
Nope.
Okay, so keening is like a type of cry or weep, and it's historically done at Irish funerals.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah, I had never really heard of this before. What all the definitions I found make it seem like it's really just like an Irish thing. And they would have like, I don't know if it's still popular to have this, but in like, they used to do this. There were keeners at funerals. So this would be a woman who would sing sad songs and like cry and weep
Oh, wow.
at the funeral.
I would not want a keener at my funeral.
You don't want someone to cry for you?
No, not really. Not that hard.
Keeners, like sometimes if there wasn't somebody in the family who was going to do it, they were hired.
Mm-hmm. Well, that is good. That's good. I mean, they're probably both good. I'm just mean for personally me.
Yeah.
But no, that's good. Like somebody was there for like, people who didn't have people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, they would hire somebody to come to the funeral and mourn over them, and they were paid with alcohol.
That is so funny.
Yeah. So.
And honestly, very Irish, I feel like.
Yeah, honestly true. Okay, so keening aside, usually the person who is going to die soon is the one who hears the banshee.
Mm-hmm.
So, she'll come like a few days before you're going to die, and like you'll just hear like a scream or something. You'd be like, "Oh my god,
mm-hmm.
it's coming."
It's the banshee.
Mm-hmm. Either a scream or like crying,
Mm-hmm.
And the banshee was believed to follow ancient Gaelic families of Ireland, which is like basically those with the last names beginning with O or Mac or Mick.
Mm-hmm.
So,
okay.
like, because there's a lot of those
in
Ireland, but apparently those are like the ancient Gaelic families. So like those are the ones who are of pure Irish descent.
Oh, okay.
And they're said to be sorry, I skipped ahead a little bit. So they're the banshees only are supposed to come to like those of pure Irish descent, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they are said to be like a friend of the family that they're weeping for. So that's kind of cool,
Yeah.
It's like one of your friends in the afterlife is coming back and like
oh, okay.
bringing
No,
messages to your family. Yeah.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so like I guess there will be one per family pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And they usually will visit at night.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. And so let's get into what they look like. There's actually a lot of different contradicting descriptions of what a banshee looks like.
Definitely.
Honestly, what do you think a banshee looks like? Because have you heard of them before?
Oh, yeah, I've heard of them. I picture like a little hunched over woman with like really long, stringy black hair with like a nightgown. That's what I picture.
Okay.
Like a woman, basically.
Yeah.
But like disheveled.
Yeah. Well, that is actually one of the images, kind of. So, like, many stories will say that the banshee is like an old, haggard woman with white or gray hair.
Mm-hmm.
So, maybe not black hair, but white or gray hair.
Did I say black hair?
Yeah.
Well, I just meant really long, straggly hair of any color.
Okay. I get you. And then others report, like, kind of the opposite, that she's youthful and beautiful with blonde hair and white clothes.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely not what I pictured, though.
I know, me either. So, like, the old woman look actually comes into the folklore during the 17th century and has been the more popular image ever since. But, like, before then, they would picture her as, like, a youthful young woman.
Wow. That's very fascinating.
Mm-hmm. I know, it's, like, weird how things change like that every time. Like, maybe she just got older.
True. That's very true.
Mm-hmm. Could be it. So she also can have like really long hair, like you said, and eyes that are red from weeping so much.
That's sad.
Yeah, I know, it is kind of sad. It also could be the ghost of a young girl that had suffered a brutal death.
Oh.
which is sad. Or just a woman who had an untimely death.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it's just like a woman or a little girl who died and didn't make it to old age, but then they'll come back and, like, warn their family members
Yeah.
of death. And then they can also appear as an old woman, even though they were younger.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's like, you know, a little confusing, but
Yeah, definitely. But I think I'm following you.
mm-hmm. Another legend says that they can sit on a windowsill like a bird, which is like, I don't really understand what that means. Like, did they turn into a bird? Maybe.
See, what I'm imagining is it's just like a woman, like with her legs pulled into her chest, like crouched over like a little bird.
I was kind of thinking that too.
Like maybe her toes are like curling against like the window. Like,
Right,
you know what I'm
right.
saying?
Right. Or it's just a bird. I don't know.
True. Like she's a shapeshifter.
Yeah. So some will say, yeah, she's a bird on a windowsill, and then when death comes, like when you're dying, you can hear fluttering of them flying away.
Oh, wow. Wow. That
Yeah.
is spooks magooks.
Yeah. And she can actually come as other animals as well. So the weasel, a stoat, which is, I don't even know what that is.
Not me neither.
A hare, or the hooded crow. They're all like associated with witchcraft in Ireland. So those animals can be associated with the Banshee.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. So if you see one of those, maybe that's an omen too.
Oh, not good.
Yeah. And also, okay, so this next thing, I'm throwing it back to last week. So the Banshee could also be a washerwoman or laundress.
Oh.
Just like in the last story I told, one of the Headless Horseman stories.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the woman was by the river washing clean clothes, but they were bloodstained.
Yeah.
When you put them in the water.
Mm-hmm.
And this is exactly what they said a Banshee can look like. And I was reading it. I was like, wait, was I talking about one of these last week?
Right.
And I didn't even realize it.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think I kind of was, because, I mean, in that story, if you guys listened to last week's episode, she did predict his death, kind of.
Yeah, she did. I remember that. Wow. Wow. How the heck did you do that? And
I don't know.
Back to back, go you.
I know. I know. But I'll just remind everybody. So the woman was washing clothes by the river, and somebody came up to her and asked like how they would do in a battle the next day, and she said that he would be successful if he got, was it like butter with his porridge or something?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically predicting if he would live or die. And that's kind of the same thing as a Banshee. Like she's not like weeping for him or anything, but I mean, I don't know.
Listen, that's a little bit too similar.
Yeah.
To not be.
Yeah. So yeah. That
Love that connection.
I definitely think she could have been a Banshee.
Mm-hmm.
So there's also like an evil side that some people will say is true, but I don't know. I think this is like really just in some movies and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and not really in the real folklore. But some stories say that banshees will enjoy taking life, and they'll basically wail at their victim until they're driven insane or become suicidal.
See, that's what my grandma told me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, yeah. But honestly, I feel like it was just kind of her way to tell us not to be going out into the woods at night. Possibly.
Yeah, that could
But
be
also, sometimes I think my grandma was a witch. So, I don't know.
Well, I mean, she could have been.
Yeah. Who knows?
She Irish?
I don't know. I have no idea. You know what? It's crazy. I have no idea about my family lineage at all. So, if anybody wants to send me a 23andMe,
Yeah.
I'll gladly take it.
I get you. Okay, well, maybe that has some truth to it then.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who knows?
another sort of evil thing, they also will like leave combs that they have used around, and if you use it, then that will lure you to death.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so don't use a comb that's not yours.
Okay, well, that everyone should already be using that rule,
Yeah, that's
even
true.
without the banshee.
That's true, that's true. So how exactly do they know that you will die? You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's a big question.
Yeah.
So there's basically a belief in Irish culture, or at least there used to be. I think these beliefs are sort of fading away, but there's a belief that each person has somebody watching over their life, and they like that whoever's like watching over their life will report back to the Banshee, and that's how they know you will die soon.
Oh, okay.
So,
Interesting.
kind of makes sense, but also like I mean, the person just is gonna know that you're gonna die. I mean,
Right. Also, who is the person watching?
I think it can be like one of your ancestors, you know,
Okay.
like people like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, I don't know. I kind of like that idea though, that somebody's always watching over you.
Oh, yeah,
You
me
know?
too. It's comforting.
Mm-hmm. I wonder how they pick it. Like in the afterlife, they're like, "Ooh, I want Savannah."
I know there's like a lottery,
Yeah,
like a
exactly.
bidding war going on.
Uh-huh.
Like 500 for Savannah.
Yeah. And also like, how do they do it if like my grandma died when I was like a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
So like, is she watching over me or is she too late?
That's a good point. I know.
You
Like
know?
my grandma died when I was like 21, so
Yeah. So like,
that's
was
like
she?
really late.
Yeah. Like, was there somebody else and now she is?
Yeah, I know.
Maybe they're taking turns.
I hope they are sharing.
Yeah.
Sharing is
Yeah.
caring.
Okay. Well, they also have influence over like where your soul will go.
Oh. Mm-mm-mm.
Sort of like how it ends up, because I think Irish belief is that your soul is like connected to the earth either way. But if you lived a life of like selfishness or decadence or like committed cruel acts and you were just like a bad person, your soul was to remain close to earth and you were going to suffer
Mm-hmm.
in your ghost life.
Okay. I mean, makes sense.
Yeah. And if you lived a life of kindness and selflessness and good deeds, you would be in peace and happiness for your afterlife.
Well,
Still tied to the earth, but like in a different way.
yeah, a better way.
Yeah, and the banshees, they would like direct that and sort of have influence on if you have a good or bad afterlife
Okay.
based on your life.
Got it.
So they have some influence. And the last little thing I have to say about banshees, they, some of them have moved with their families. So I said before
Oh.
that, you know, the family, will basically have one banshee looking out for them.
Yeah.
But this is all like in Ireland and it's supposed to be like the pure lineage and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them are said to have moved, like when there was Irish immigration, some of them have moved to the US with their families, but then some, like most of them, stayed with like the family home and will grieve still.
Mm-hmm.
Like there will still be like the weeping or screaming or whatever, but the family's not there to hear it.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's disappointing, right?
That's extremely disappointing.
Yeah.
That's like the worst, honestly.
I know. Maybe is that to keep people in Ireland? They're like, come back.
They're like, please.
So you can. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for the Banshee.
That is crazy. That's so crazy because honestly, I just went about my whole life thinking like the Banshee's evil. But honestly, what I'm gathering is that she's not. Like, more than likely, she's not evil. It's crazy.
Yeah. No, I know.
Like, wow. My whole life is a lie.
Your whole life.
No. That's crazy, though. That's crazy. I wish we would have started this podcast when my grandma was alive. Because I feel like she would have so many stories.
Yeah.
Even if they weren't true, she'd probably have a story. But, okay. So, what's crazy, Savannah, is literally the entire time you were telling your story, I'm just sitting here like, wow, our stories are similar. So I'm not even, no, but like extremely similar. So I'm not even going to front with y'all. I asked Savannah, like, give me a topic, like, you know, mystery, myth, or legend, basically, last week. So I could have, you know, a story to do. And she said alien. So I was like, all right, heard. Found this really cool story of an alien. Did the whole entire story until the very last moment when I realized. So I was like looking at it, like I just typed in like UFO incidents. I didn't type in alien. Okay, that's important to know. So I was doing this. I did this one called the Aurora UFO incident, which I'm just stupid, but it was a case that Savannah covered a long time ago on our story named Ned the Alien. And so I had to switch my story up. So I am sad to say it's not an alien story this week, but there will be one coming soon. So, but I couldn't even lie to you guys. So yes, I actually did in fact write 2 stories this week.
You did a lot of hard work.
A lot of hard work. Yep.
We appreciate it.
Of course.
Yeah, but go back and listen to Ned the Alien if
please
you
do, because honestly, that story is so fun. I was like, this story is so fun. Everybody's gonna love it, and I was like, because I mean, I can't even lie. You know, like all alien stories pretty much like are the same. You know, like it's a alien spaceship and a man. You know, oh, so many similarities. So anyway, moving along to my true story. Honestly, possibly even a better one. And I can't even lie, Savannah, you're going to both love and hate this one so much. So this week for you, I have the legend of La Patasola. Okay. And so this legend is actually from South America, specifically Colombia.
Okay.
And honestly, once I figured out what this one is about, I literally said, I'm doing this specifically for you, Savannah. So this one's for you.
Okay.
Okay, so La Patasola is the ghost of a woman who lost her life in a really harsh way. Okay. So I'm going to start like her story kind of from the beginning of her story, like when she was alive. But what's important to know is that La Patasola means one leg. So just keep that in mind. And also, like literally every other legend, there are so many variations to the story. But I'm going to go with like the most well-known one. So it's also apparently the most believed one. So let's just jump right on in, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So legend says that there was this woman and her name was Maria. And Maria, okay, girl, she was absolutely gorgeous, breathtaking, amazing. Everybody wanted Maria, apparently. Okay, like extreme top beauty was Maria. And, you know, she had a husband and a family. And, you know, one day her husband came home from work early and Maria wasn't expecting that. And, well, the husband walked in and found Maria in their bed with another man.
Oh, okay. No.
So, obviously, her husband was extremely angry at this. So, what does he do? He grabs the guy out of the bed, yeets him off the stairwell, and he dies from the fall. Okay. And...
oh, my God.
Yeah. Like, he was in a rage. So, then he goes to Maria and literally tells her that a quick, easy death was not what she deserved for cheating on him. Okay. And, I mean, sure. Should she have cheated? Maybe not. But did she deserve this? No. So I'm just going to go ahead and say this is a little trigger warning, okay? This is a little trigger warning. So she's still like in the bed, right? Like clearly traumatized.
Right, right.
And he is like standing right beside her. So he comes to her side of the bed that she's on and has a very sharp knife, and he first slices off one of her breasts. Okay.
No, he does not.
Yes, he did. And then he said that's not enough. And then he sliced off the opposite leg.
What?
Yeah. So, yeah.
What?
And then he left her bleeding very profusely, obviously. And so she's like screaming, passing out, like unconscious and conscious, because she's losing a lot of blood, obviously. And so we don't really know what he did, like when he went downstairs or whatever. But so somehow, some way, Maria is strong and was able to like come to and kind of like tie her wounds up as best she could, and is trying to make it down the stairs because she's upstairs in the bedroom. She's trying to make it down the stairs to like escape, obviously, when their two children walk in from school. Okay.
Oh my God. If you saw...
I can't even imagine. No.
I can't even imagine being a kid and seeing that.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So, obviously they see her on the stairs, and there's a lot of commotion, and the dad hears it, and he comes in there, and I guess still in the blind rage and thinking that he has no other way out, he kills both of his children in front of Maria and then proceeds to kill himself.
What?
Why? To literally get back at her, I guess. To literally traumatize her for cheating on him. Now listen, I'm not condoning cheating, but I'm just saying it's not really worth all of this carnage.
Yeah, I don't think... No.
It's never worth it, okay?
No.
It's
like
not.
Maybe go slash the tires or something.
Yeah, like if you need to use a knife, like let's not do this to humans. Like also definitely not your family. What?
No, what the hell?
Yeah, insane. So, stating the obvious, she's traumatized, right? But she is also not, she's unwell, very unwell, pretty much almost dead, right? And at this point, she's like stuck. She's completely frozen in fear, like PTSD, all this. And she can't move. And this was a long time ago. So like there weren't like phones. Like this is not modern day. So like there's nothing really she can do. So she's just like laying there on the stairs with her dead family's bodies for weeks. And eventually she realizes that if she's going to survive, she has to get the energy to be able to get up and move. And the only way that she could do that in her mind was by eating the bodies of her family.
What the hell? I'm sorry, but no. Why? What?
Yeah. But after she did that, it did give her enough strength to actually get up and go. And when she went, she is hobbling on one leg. Let's not forget. Okay. She traveled into the jungle that was apparently right near their house, where she would spend the rest of her days living in the jungle, just enjoying the nature. She was like, you know what? Nothing matters. Let's just go in nature, baby.
Okay. I mean, I guess. Like, did anybody from her, like any of her neighbors see her?
Guess not. I kind of think they lived in the middle of nowhere. So, like, okay. I don't think neighbors are, like, really even a thing. So, it's just, yeah. So, as she's living her life in the jungle, she grew, obviously, to love nature. Like, it was kind of her therapy in a way. And, she swore that she would get revenge against all men. Okay. Which I think is really funny. Personally. But she also vowed to protect nature at all costs in any way that she could. So those are two important things. So legend says that she did in fact die out there in the jungle. And today, actually there's two different legends. Okay. One of them is that she died out there in the jungle and is kind of like haunting it. But that's not really the most believed one. The most believed one is that once she ate her family's bodies, she turned into a vampire.
Oh my God.
And that she is still alive out there in the jungle, living as a vampire being today.
See, you told me you were texting me the other day saying I'm gonna love and hate this story, and I do.
It's really
Right.
I know. So
Like, okay, the part that I love, vampires, obviously. The
part that I hate.
she's environmentalist.
Right, environmental. She's against men.
Yes, she's against all men.
Like,
those parts.
she has great
like,
points.
Wow.
But at the same time,
but then also she's a cannibal.
And a cheater. Let's not forget.
And a cheater.
So, the pros, the cons, we'll have to weigh them out at the end of the story, I suppose. It's just so funny. So, yeah, legend says literally she is living as a vampire in the jungle in Colombia, okay? So, she allegedly inhabits mountain ranges, virgin forest, and other heavily wooded or like jungle-like areas in South America. And specifically, like at the edges of all these like forest and mountain ranges, what are there normally? Well, typically there's like male hunters, male loggers, miners, animal herders, like, hard labor trying to tear the forest down people, and who are usually men,
Yeah.
So we know she hates men, and she also hates people who are bad to the environment. So aka me. And no, I'm just kidding. But she obviously does not play with these workers. She will interfere with their work activities during the day by like blocking the shortcuts that they make, like in the jungle.
Oh.
Which in return sometimes gets like the workers lost, maybe even permanently in the woods. Mm-hmm. Like workers literally all from South America, like, I don't know what happened. Like we built this like road, this like pathway, and then all of a sudden it's just like gone. Like it grew back. Like that's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy. And she apparently can also get into the minds of the workers and completely disorient them, which also makes them get lost in the woods.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Okay, is she working? I guess, okay, you said she could be a vampire, but is she like a ghost? Like doing these things? She's just like magical somehow?
No, so I think she's like kind of a mixture of both, Which is that like a ghost vampire? Have we had this before? No.
Right. Okay.
But like, I think that she's dead, but like, are vampires undead? Like it's kind of just, this is kind of a mystery as well. Like we just don't really know what she is. Okay. She's one of a kind. That's for sure. That is for sure.
Oh, definitely. Seems like it.
Yeah. So yeah, it is a little bit confusing, but I think the only reason they call her a vampire is because that she like sucks people's blood. And
well, I mean,
which I mean, that is in fact what a vampire is. So yeah. Anyways, she also can somehow, I literally don't understand this one. She can throw hunting dogs off their path.
Oh my God.
Which is like, that's crazy because, hunting dogs are like really on the job when they're on the job. Yeah. So La Patasola is regarded as the protector of nature and forest animals and is completely unforgiving when humans enter her domain and try to destroy it. Okay. So all of this I've described, I haven't even like described to you what she looks like really at this point in time. Like she was I told you she was very beautiful at the beginning, but
yeah,
she's changed now. Clearly, first of all, she has one leg now and one breast now. So obviously her most notable feature is her one leg. But what's crazy is that some people like describe it as like a hoof for a foot. Like as if it kind of like, I don't know, changed over time. Like,
what?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess to like make it stronger, like she had to, like living out in the jungle. Like, I don't really know. I don't know. But, yeah, so she does like hobble and like hop around on one leg. But even though she only has one leg, she is fast. Fast.
See, I'm trying to like imagine somebody walking with one leg. It's like you can't be that fast, can you?
Well, like she defies all laws because she's fast, and I just don't know how. Really, I don't. So, but I don't like that. I don't like any creature that'll move fast. freaks me out bad. She is also said to have extremely bulging eyes, a hooked nose, big lips, and cat-like fangs.
Ugh, I don't like any of that.
Nope, not at all. And her hair is described to be very long, dry, stringy, and very tangled. So, and most like depictions of her describe her having like really black hair, which is why I said black hair earlier, like on accident.
Right.
I didn't want to describe it then, but I was like, now I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she is known for having really long, stringy black hair. And one other thing that kind of relates her to being a vampire is that she is also a shapeshifter. Okay? So she can actually shapeshift back into like the beautiful woman or any other beautiful woman she wants to be to lure men into the woods so that she can attack and eat them. Yep.
That's just insane that she's just like still eating men.
I know. Like she likes the taste, I guess. And she's also said to be able to sing very beautifully, like a siren song, to also lure these men in. And specifically, there's one song that she's said to sing, and I don't really know like the music behind it. There were no like notes. So instead of singing it, I'm just going to read you the words because honestly, that's better.
Yeah.
Okay. It goes, I'm more than the siren. I live alone in the world, and no one can resist me. Because I am the Patasola, on the road, at home, on the mountain and the river, in the air, in the clouds, all that exists is mine. And scene. That is the end of the song.
I feel like you could probably find it somewhere, like maybe like if you looked it up on YouTube, find it with the lyrics or
Maybe.
with the music.
Maybe, possibly. I did not look it up, to be fair. And I should. But, like, the words in that also. Like, all that exists is hers, girl.
Yeah,
Come
she's
on.
a little bit selfish there.
She said, and no one in the world can resist me. Girl.
Interesting.
Come on. Like, but honestly, you know what? Whatever you say, girly, because I'm not trying to get on your bad side. Not at all.
I mean, true. But also, does she only eat men? Because we might be
yes,
safe.
she does only eat men. So
See.
we're safe. So if you are a man and you hear that song in some ways, like you may really want to run the other way very quickly.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So regardless of whatever method she uses to lure these men in, once she gets them to her, and obviously per her, no one can resist her, so she gets them all. She will then reveal her true self standing on one leg, and right as she does the big reveal to them that she's like actually like ugly, mangled, one-legged, disheveled old woman, she attacks them, devouring their flesh and sucking all of their blood.
Oh my god. Wait, so she'll appear to them in her other form, like looking beautiful.
Yeah.
And then turn into this. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but only for like 1 second, enough for them to see what she actually looks like, and then she kills them.
Oh god.
Like super evil, honestly. But, yeah. And so, you know, with most legends that we do see, like, or at least some of them are like more stories to kind of be like warnings to like, or kind of like teach a lesson, you know? So some people believe that this folklore is like just that. So I was reading this like South American, I don't even know what it was, but it was like talking about like how they are teaching kids this story now. Or not kids, just like, you know, children, teenagers, whatever, people younger. And they're basically like, La Patasola is used to like show women to like not be sexually devious and to not cheat. And it shows men that they need to control themselves.
Well, I mean, I guess those are good lessons.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I guess there's some intention behind it. But, you know, honestly, I kind of don't really believe that this one is, like, to be a teachable moment. I feel like if it's not true, like, it's a great story. But, like, if any of them is going to be true, I don't think this is going to be one to teach a lesson, you know?
Yeah.
But we also, you know, we can't also forget, like, she's fighting to preserve the planet Earth. So, like, you know, environmental queen.
Right,
go
like I
off.
thought that's what you were going to say, that they're teaching about
That's
like
right. And when I
environmental.
saw the paragraph, I was like, oh, that's what they're gonna say. But it wasn't.
Right,
It
right.
wasn't. So yeah. So yeah, that is the legend of La Patasola.
Wow.
I know. It's really I was shook. I was shook when I found it. I was like, this is crazy. And I was like, you know what, Savannah's gonna love it because she's a vampire. And environmental, like honestly, sounds like we made it up ourselves.
I
The
know.
legend.
Yeah. Yeah, that was great, honestly.
I know. It really was. I love it.
I
Love it. I love like women power and it's like the Banshee and La Patasola. Like, okay,
Yeah, true, true,
go
true.
off, girl
Is
bosses.
that where you were saying that it was connected?
Yeah. There's a bunch of girl
Yeah.
bosses.
I mean, that is
I mean,
true.
they might be doing a few shady things, but you know who's not? I'm just
You're
kidding.
right. Who's not? Who's not doing shady things nowadays?
Oh, funny. Very
Jeez.
funny. Well, definitely go check out our Instagram. We'll have some pictures up. There's some really
Mm-hmm.
creepy drawings and like renditions of what people think La Patasola looks like. So we'll
Yeah.
definitely post those. I know there's some pictures of a banshee now.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
know.
and I do want to mention, so like we mention Instagram every time, but I also post these on Facebook
And
too.
Twitter.
Yeah, and Twitter. So just like all the socials, if you don't have Instagram, go to Facebook or
Yeah.
Twitter.
Yep.
Um,
Or just go to all three.
yeah.
And our TikTok page.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a TikTok page too. Um, but yeah, we don't post on there as much as we should.
No.
But
Listen, guys, we're busy.
yeah, we are busy. Maybe we'll get to it
We will.
so we can
We
do
will.
another one. I don't know.
We will.
And there will be a vlog coming out soon. Actually, maybe I'll have it up by the time this episode's up.
Ooh.
Actually, I don't want to promise that.
Yeah, don't promise that. Don't promise that. In the next couple of weeks, I'm going to say there will be a vlog out.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the coming days.
Maybe go to YouTube right now and check, but it might be up, might not be.
Regardless, you guys have to see the vlog. It's going to be such a fun one, honestly.
Yeah, it's cute. It's cute.
I love it. We had fun
Mm-hmm.
doing it. But yeah, other than that, go rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, please. Send us emails if you want to talk to us. But yeah, that's kind of all I really have for you guys this week. What about you, Savannah?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Okay, well, happy November, and I guess we will see you guys next week.
All right, cue the music.